best has ever done it, you gotta be the one who's done it the most. It's always been the name of the game, always been the way I played. This is why I don't stop. I don't stop. Because when you stop, that's when you fucking fall apart, and that's when it's all over. So you want to keep winning, you want to keep prospering, keep going. See, one of the things I kind of realized is like when you get into combat training, you learn how to grapple, you learn how to do all this stuff. You begin to understand it's more so a mindset opposed to anything else than your athletic ability and everything else. Like, there's a lot of athletes, a whole lot of athletes, not a lot of fighters. And when I say not a lot of fighters, it's like, yeah, you might fight, you might know how to fight, but you're not a fighter. That's a really big differential between being a fighter and knowing how to fight. See, a fighter doesn't even know how to fight. Let me repeat that one more time for you guys. A fighter doesn't need to know how to fight. But a fighter who doesn't know, a guy who doesn't know how to fight that can fight is nothing but a harm to himself. He's just an athletic competitor. So let me clarify a little bit on that one. You don't have to know how to fight to be a fighter. A fighter is a mindset. A fighter is somebody who's always scrapping to get a little bit more further in progress. You gotta keep scrapping, keep working the game, keep moving, keep struggling through, and eventually you'll figure out how to hit your stride. You'll figure out how to play. But the problem with most guys is you guys don't want to learn how to play. You guys just want to get it all given to you. You want all the tricks and daily landings just plopped into your hands without any effort for it. You don't want to play the game. You don't want to wrestle. And see, what I'm starting to realize with a lot of dudes that I'm realizing is that they refuse to wrestle with life. See, a lot of guys think they're wrestling with life, but you're not. You've got a comfortable ass job. You're sitting up on your work from home space. You're not training. You're sitting pretty. You do whatever you want to do. You don't have no real responsibility. You're not really grappling or wrestling with life. You're sitting on the sideline. You're watching life. Here's the thing. You're gonna have to grapple. At some point in time, you're gonna have to deal with life. You're gonna have to get in there, put your fucking your singlet on, put your wrestling shoes on. You got to touch the mat. You got to touch the mat. A lot of y'all can hide if you want, but you will have to touch the mat. And if you can feel it from the economy, things are getting tough. There's layoffs. Only the strong and the cunning and the intelligent will be able to survive in the future. If you are not taking your effort to learn and grow and develop yourself to become a better human being, you will get left behind. Make no doubt about it. Then you got to force with the real route. You got to really wrestle with life. I want you guys thinking about that analogy like this. For all my wrestlers, if you get it, give me a little like and the subscribe, whatever. If you ever wrestle, like if you got like a 5-minute match or whatever, most of the time you have what's called a filling out process, where you're kind of hand fighting with the guy. You're moving around. You're seeing how he reacts to what you do. You're watching how he reacts to you, and you're just filling out. You're grappling. You're playing with the head. You're pulling out. You're tugging, but you're not making any real commitments yet. You're simply just playing around to get a feel of the game, to get a feel of how strong is this guy, how quick is he, how reactive, so forth and so forth. And the reason you're doing that is because you can't just shoot. You can't just get in the game and just fucking attack and shoot a guy. Unless he's significantly worse than you. But then once again, that's not a fight. That's just an exhibition, and that's athletic feat. You're not really fighting. You're not grappling. You're not wrestling. See, wrestling is when two guys of equal stature are going back and forth and they're pushing each other. There's a push and a pull. You push a little bit, he pushes a little bit. You push a little bit, he pushes it. And you guys keep pushing until somebody's wheels breaks. And that's really what wrestling is. You want to keep pushing until somebody's wheel breaks. And how do you get somebody's will to break? You gotta tire him out. You gotta move him. You gotta put in an effort to make him move more than you're moving. You gotta dig into the gas tank. A lot of y'all don't got a gas tank because a lot of y'all not doing shit. A lot of you guys are not training. You're not reading. You're not working out. You're not performing. You're not creating. You ain't doing nothing. You're just stuck. You just sit there stuck all day. And then complaining and being stuck. And see, if you want to be able to be successful in this life, you really want to prosper. You need to go out and go get it. You need to go out, you need to go get it, you need to attack. But you gotta have the fill it out part. You gotta get a read on life. But the first part of getting a read, you gotta understand, like, your life is a wrestling match. Your life is like a 70-year wrestling match. In the first, I would say almost 20 to 25 years of your life, you all you should be doing is just trying to hand wrestle and moving around with life. You don't need to be shooting. You ain't got enough game in life yet to be taking shots that can particularly get countered and then get you stuck in the pin. And see, a lot of you guys get caught in the pin because you're taking shots you don't need to be taking. You're doing shit you don't need. You're moving too fast. You're doing shit you don't need to be doing. You're moving too quickly, and you're not moving with an agenda. You're not moving with a purpose. You're not moving with an ideology and a principle for what you're doing while you're doing. And then you mess around like you're dealing with a chick you shouldn't be dealing with. You want to take it all serious. Bam. Now you got baby mama situation. Bam. Now you were dealing drugs. You got caught up with some fugazi boys. You were a gang member. You doing something you shouldn't have been doing. You got hemmed up. And this was happening to a lot of guys. You guys made bad choices because you're trying to shoot to. You're trying to get to something that you don't need to be getting at yet. You gotta feel life out. Give me a second. Get some gas. All right, we back. So life, let's see if we got any questions or something like that. I gotta check. Oh, 11 people on the chat. All right, sorry about that. Oh, that's gross. So life is like a wrestling match. You're grappling, you're moving, you're playing with the hands, you're hand fighting with wrestling. And you're slowly, as you keep grappling, you keep playing around with life, you get a feel for how life moves and responds to you. And as you begin to learn and feel how life responds to you, how you're supposed to move, grapple, pull, tug, you start to build the muscles. You start to build the right neural pathways to know how to deal with the shit in life. That's why by the time you get to a certain age as a man, nothing should really faze you all that much, to be honest with you. You should probably have done so many things, lived so much life, grappled with so much hard shit, that life should no longer be like a scary thing to you. You're just like, all right, hey, look, it happened. Let's see how I can prevent it from happening. And actually become more proactive. You begin to learn how to see things before it happens, how to set up maneuvers so you don't get caught slipping. Gas is taken care of. See, this is why, like, certain guys, like, you can't walk. Like Kevin Samuels spoke about this. Older guys laugh certain young guys out the room because these young guys be trying to do too much. Ugh. How do I get that out? Give me a second. Kevin Samuels talking about certain older guys, they laugh young guys out the room because these young guys, they try to come and be day by night, fly by night success stories. They put no time, no work in, no effort, no blood, no sweat, no equity into anything in life, and they want to come in and be day one experts. Day one experts. They know everything. They're going to tell you why you're wrong, even though you've been doing the thing for 20 damn years or whatever point in your life. You've been operating for this for 20 years. Whatever your craft is you've been doing, and some young guy going to come in and tell you what to do. We just laugh you out the building. See, one of the things you got to learn as a man is when you're dealing with, like there's a thing called the strength of wisdom. I think Naruto talked about this after he lost the Nine Tails, where you understand as you get older, you don't need to be super energy guy. You learn how to move slower. You can walk and just pick your spots. Bam. I just walk to the spot. You're like Ray Allen in his older age. You don't have to run all around the court. He just knows, let me get to this spot here, open, set up, 3, hit my spot. Get to my spot, and you just know how to get to your spot. You know how to put you understand that positioning is more valuable than movement and speed. If I put myself in the right position, I don't have to worry about being faster than you. I can just time you. If I know I got you against the fence and you're trapped within a certain angle, I know I don't have to beat you to the punch. I know that there's only so many moves you can take. I got you stuck in a fence. I got you boxed in. And you learn how to box things in. Like, one of the things you learn in chess is not always about losing pieces sometimes. It's about what's the position that you gave up for the piece. Like, there's so many things you start to learn as you age out as a man, but a lot of you guys are scared to play. A lot of you guys don't want to wrestle. A lot of you guys are not going into the game. You're not wrestling. You're not playing. And what's happening is you're atrophying. You're getting weaker. You are becoming a weaker vessel because you're not wrestling with life. You're not dealing with life as you should, which is dealing with life as freedom. The only true safe space for a man is freedom. Because freedom allows you to be able to operate and do what you need and supply for yourself. And at first, you're not going to be good with freedom. Freedom is an art that you have to learn as you get older. But the longer that you're free, and the more that you work at it, the more you practice, the more you get used to, accustomed to being a free man, the easier it gets. See, but a lot of you guys depend on your jobs. You're depending on your girlfriend. You're depending on mama and daddy to take care of you. You depend on society to keep you afloat. You're depending on a lot of unnecessary tools to help prop you. And all it does is make you weaker. It makes you weaker. And then the weaker that you get, the harder life's going to be when eventually life rears its ugly face. When the brutality of the world comes and looks to come collect this rent, you ain't gonna have nothing. You're not gonna have anything. And let me tell you something about life. Something I've always learned. Life always comes to make sure you pay what's due. There is no such thing as a free meal. You're going to have to trade something in return for everything. No free meals. And if there is a free meal, best believe there's some strings that come attached with it. And see, that's what a lot of men are not understanding. Oh my God, these sinuses, brother. These sinuses. Pray for Apex. What you start to learn is these the bill or the price that a lot of you guys are paying, what you guys think is free, is your lack of independency. You're not independent because you choose to be dependent upon the crutches of society. You choose to embrace the idea like where people tell you it's okay to have mental health issues as a man, and if you're depressed, you need to go to nigga, what the fuck? Depression? Like 50 Cent said, depression is a luxury. I don't have time to be depressed. I really don't. Depressed? What am I depressed about? I got bills. I got business I'm running. I gotta keep my health up. I'm an old man. I'm 33 years old, man. I'm an old man. Old ancient ass nigga. So I gotta keep the health up. I gotta be running. I gotta maintain my shape. I got fights coming up. I gotta put TVs up. I gotta make a business, build my own retirement fund. I don't got time to be sad and bumping around crying about shit. That's for girls. Leave the crying for the girls. You're a man. Grow your ass up. Get to work. Well, I don't have a job. Well, bro, you can read a book. Read a book about a job. Read a book about something you want to do. There's always work to be done as a man. There's no such thing as no work to be done. It's hard to take if you're really a true man, it's hard to take a vacation. It's hard. Because you know the days count. You know, every day that I fucking put off is another day that fucks me in the future. That's the bone crushing reality. Every day that I put off is a day that fucks me in the future. And what I'm starting to notice is with a lot of dudes, dudes are simply getting scared and they're starting to huddle up like plebes. And now you're starting to see these pack of dudes that roam around together. I call them like the monkey packs or whatever you want to call them. I'm starting to look around. I'm like, why are all these dudes all huddled around like in a campfire? Why are all these dudes together? Like, why would the guys? I thought you're supposed to get like married. Like, we got guys who are 37 plus years old walking around with other 30 plus year old dudes. I was like, hold up a second. Why are you as a 37 plus year old dude living with a bunch of other 30 plus year old dudes? Shouldn't he be like out with like a wife or like kids? Should he be either alone? I don't feel comfortable that way. I'm not saying roommates are bad. You gotta do what you gotta do. But at a certain time, you kind of want to get your own independence. Give me a second. I'm about to go walk into the store, grab some shit. Let's see if we got any messages. Oh, shit.